It's Champions League Live. Welcoming you on the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeniyi Ajisafe. Well, we'll take you around the world of sports. It's going to be a big one for matches that will be coming up tonight in the UEFA Champions League. And also to let you know, a big one yesterday. Tottenham Hotspur, they are really doing so well. Their coach is turning things around over there in the city of London. More of that will be coming on the show. But we start from the home scene where we look at the stories trending. Our ladies will be facing Ethiopia. That will be on Wednesday in the Paris 2024 Olympics qualifier. Oyenezide replaces Ayinde as Ohale Otu Uchebe to meet Ethiopia clash. Those players actually, they won't be playing, and right now the coach Randy Wardrum has deemed fit to drafting in some players. And right now we have that particular player, Esther Oyenezide, to be replaced. That will be replacing Ayinde there. Let's look at the list of the players now that have been set up by NFF and their coach. And right now that particular list will be the players that will be prosecuting those games. Goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie, as we know, played for Paris FC. Tochukwu Oluwaseyi, Shulat Al-Shakir, FC Saudi Arabia. Monle Ojono, Bayelsa Queens goalkeeper. Defenders, Comfort for Lawrence of Edo Queens. Oluwatosin Dimehin, Stade Reims of France. Michel Alozie, Houston Dash of USA. Nicole Payne, PSG in France. Jumoke Alani, Edo Queens. Rafiat Umran, who actually played for Stade Reims in France. The midfielder now we have Esther Oyenezide, who has taken place the place of Alimatu Ayinde there. Prince Efra, Sporting Club de Braga of Portugal. Rashidat Ajibade of Atletico Madrid, Spain. Tony Payne, who plays for Sevilla in Spain. Forwards, you have Omori Solababagide, who will be making her debut for Super Falcons. She plays for Costa Adjegi Tenerife, Gatesa of Spain. Ifeoma Numenu of New York, New Jersey, Gotham FC, USA. Asado Shoala, FC Barcelona, Feminine. And you have Uchenna Kanu, representing Louisville of USA, and Okpeyemi Ajakai of FC Robo Queens. These are the players that will be playing against Ethiopia in that game there. Good one. At least we want to see our ladies doing well in this particular encounter. Well, they'll be coming back to play in Nigeria, precisely in Abuja, as they file out against Ethiopia on Wednesday. Well, joining me in the studio, usual suspects, the man that always holds me by my jigula. Good to have you on the show, Olawale Peters.
Yeah, good morning, Adeniyi. Thanks for having me, and let me welcome you back.
Okay, it's good to be back. At least the Arsenal and Chelsea fans out there, they have something to hold on to this time around.
Yeah, they have something to hold on to this time around. You know, like I told a lot of my friends that the match between Chelsea and Arsenal is a friendly match. It's a family affair. It's a London affair. So whatever how it ended, it's a good one. We saw how it ended, a very good one, a very good match for Chelsea and for Arsenal, who have proven again this season that they are a master of comeback. So it's not easy. I think it's a very good one. So that really made you to enjoy your holiday very well, because I don't know how the look you'll be on your face today if Arsenal have loved that match.
Well, I will have actually smiled. You know, I always smile. But really deep down, I wouldn't even have been happy. And that would have made to have 1-0 over me.
Yeah, it's nice one.
Anyway, always good to throw banters in the studio. As we talk sport, it's always a very tough business there. Now, let's look at that particular story. We just talked about our ladies playing there. Well, right now, let's quickly talk about another big one that happened yesterday. Tottenham Hotspur, they did well. They are right now topping the English Premier League after winning that game against Fulham. They won them 2-0 in that game. A good one for Madison and Son Heung-min. A good one for their coach too. Postecoglou seems to be having one magical Midas touch to Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, what is happening in Tottenham right now? It's like, is it that Harry Kane was the problem of the team before? Because it's like since he left the team, everybody's playing. They are free to play their game, free-flowing football, possession-based football. They are playing more like the Brighton and the Arsenal team, just like Barcelona, the way they used to play in the 2008, 9, 10, 11, and 12, that they conquered Europe, you know. So I think they're having a fantastic game this time around. This is the time that they're not looking up for only one player to do the scoring. The goal can come from anywhere, anybody. So I think it's a very good one for the Tottenham team. And for now, it's only them and Arsenal that they are yet to lose a match in the Premier League. And that takes them to the top of the league, having won yesterday's match. So this season, we may likely experience what we experienced in 2011. That was the first time that Manchester City, they won the Premier League by defeating QPR at the last minute, courtesy Sergio Aguero's goal. Also, in 2011-2012, we saw that same battle between Man City and Liverpool, where Man City won the league with just 1 point. If you look at the table currently right now, the likes of Tottenham, the likes of Manchester City, the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, they are like neck to neck. It's going to be anybody's game among these top teams. So it's going to be an interesting one from the beginning of the season till the end of the season. So I think that the Tottenham, they've gotten their rhythm seriously. It's like everybody is coming in to fill the vacuum created by Harry Kane. That's why I made that statement earlier on that, okay, is it that everybody, when they have the ball, they don't know how to do square play. They just look at, oh, Harry Kane is up there, let's give the ball to him. But now, look at Richarlison, look at what he's doing. Look at Ismail Sarr, look at what he's doing. Look at all this. All of them are coming to play like a unit. The 2 goals they scored yesterday is because of the pressure they mounted on the defender of the Fulham. It was a mistake. The first goal, that was a mistake from our own Calvin Bassey. He made a wrong pass and they capitalized on it. So from the opposition attack, they start to build their own attack. They don't wait to play from the midfield. Before you pull your ball out, and the same mistake that was committed for the first goal was the same mistake that they committed for the second goal. So you always see about 3 or 4 midfielders and attackers always going for the ball to give them that mass defense and mass attack. So I think the Tottenham team this season, take it or leave it, I believe Premier League is coming to London. Coming to London in the sense that if Tottenham didn't take it, Arsenal will take it. But I'm not talking about Chelsea. So either of them, they are really fit into it. So at least let's have our brother from the North London also to have a taste of how it is. Take it or leave it. Arsenal and Tottenham, sincerely, I tip them to really challenge for the title this time around.
As actually mentioned that you tip them to really challenge for the title. Looking at the fact that the table seems, even though it's just match day 9, we still have a lot of matches to play, 29 matches to go, a long one. And right now, from the way it is, it's going to be a big one because, as you mentioned, Tottenham, Arsenal, but Manchester City, we saw what happened last season when Arsenal even thought they've actually achieved it and they blew it and Man City took over. This season also, they may just be quietly following what is happening. Don't you think they could be playing that old football? They really know what they're doing.
Okay, now, what happened last season, it was a two-us race between Arsenal and Manchester City. But this time around, it's between Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, and Manchester City. So it's not about if Arsenal.
It's not 2 horse race now.
It's not 2 horse race this time around. We're having about four
teams.
4 teams right now. And if you look at the table also, you can see 19, 20, 21, 23. Last season that Manchester City won the league, they lost only 5 matches last season. But out of 9 matches that they've played this season, they've lost 2 already. So that shows that this season is not going to be like last season. Tottenham, this is going to be the first time they are having a very fantastic and good season. And look at Arsenal also. They are trying to consolidate on where they stopped last season. Last season also they did very well. The reason why they lost the title to Manchester City is because they don't have this enough bench. People that can come in and make the difference. Look at the Community Shield. What happened? It was the reserve that came in to win the game for them. Look at the game against Chelsea over the weekend. For the first time, I saw the likes of Odegaard, Saka, and Martinelli. They were totally off for more than 80 minutes. They were off. They couldn't play their game. But when Trossard came in,
he was able to at least add sparks.
That is exactly what they missed last season. But this time around, they've really worked on it. So take it or leave it, they're going to be there. And if you look at Tottenham also, they have the same thing. They lost Harry Kane, but Maddison that they got, it's a very good replacement. You know, see, there's some coaches and there's some teams that you know that they understand the game of football. You lost your striker and you brought in a midfielder. So the first thing that you'd be thinking was,
how would they get?
Is it not a striker to a striker? But no, you have a midfielder who is a ball jogger, who is a ball distributor, who has ball sense,
and he can also
score. Look at the number of assists that he has made this season, and look at the goal that he scored also yesterday. So that shows that you have some teams that they really know what to do. The same thing that Real Madrid did also. When Benzema left, Well, like Benzema have left, they were looking for a striker, Osimhen, what have you. They didn't go for Osimhen.
They went for Jude.
They went for Jude Bellingham, who is a midfielder and at the same time an attacker. So he can create chances, he can score goals also. So that is the way the modern day football is going around. It's not about me, I lost a striker, I must replace it with a striker. So a very good one for both Arsenal and Tottenham. Manchester City, they are the team that everybody wants to beat. How can it be only you now? It can't be only you. You've won it for the last 3-4. No. It's going to be very difficult for them. To me, I see that Arsenal, Tottenham, or Liverpool taking the Premier League this time around.
Let's wait and see. Maybe this time around, Octopus or Lawley Peter's prediction will actually come to pass there. Saying, well, it might just not be a 2-horse race, but this time around, 4 horses races now. You just want to mention the horses now because Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, and also Manchester City are all gunning for the Premier League title. A tough one there. Big one. We're talking about that particular match that happened yesterday between Fulham and Tottenham Hotspur in the city of London there. Right now, we go to the big one that will be happening tonight across Europe there. UEFA Champions League match day 3. Well, matches will be played across Europe. We look at that particular group. Group A. Let's start with Group A now. Fixtures that will be coming up. Matches will be there. You have Galatasaray against Bayern Munich, and you have Manchester United. They'll be facing FC Copenhagen. And before Olawale Peter will talk on that, let's quickly look at how the table is standing in that group there. We're talking about Group A now. Group A table. Well, that's a little mix up there, but quickly going back to that Group A, you see that Bayern will be facing Galatasaray, and Copenhagen also will be fighting hard to see how they can up their antics against Manchester United. But Bayern are topping with 6 points. You have Galatasaray second on the log. Copenhagen, Man United. Looking at the way the table is now, maybe they say you're as good as your last game. So,
with due respect to our Manchester United fans out there, I think they are disgrace to Premier League team in this Champions League. To be honest with you, they've never had it this bad before.
In Champions League.
In the Champions League, they've never had it this bad, sincerely. So they have to really wake up from their slumber. And why I'm a bit scared of them losing out completely, if they didn't win tonight's match, it's their last 2 matches that they won. It was a defensive midfielder that scored almost all the goals. So all their creative midfielder, all their wingers, all their attackers, sincerely, they are off their peak. So they really need to get up their peak. So for tonight's match, it's a must-win for Manchester United if they want to stand a chance of even playing in Europe, not even qualifying to the round of 16. They have to try as much as possible to win this match, because after this, they are playing 2 away matches.
After playing home against Copenhagen, they are going to Bayern, they are going to Galatasaray.
No, they are going to Galatasaray and they are going to Copenhagen again, where Bayern Munich is coming to Old Trafford. And you know, Bayern Munich team is not a team that either they play home or they play away, they have anything to
They are ready anywhere.
So if they didn't get the maximum 3 points tonight, their next 3 matches, 2 away, 1 at home. 2 away to the team that have defeated you, and 1 to Bayern Munich, whom we know that they are very good. So that means they are totally out. I don't want them to end up playing in Champions League without even securing 1 point. So it's a must-win match for them tonight. I think the coach has a lot to do.
Okay, now looking at Erik ten Hag, we just mentioned that Manchester United have a lot to do tonight because they need to win against Copenhagen. Galatasaray will be at home with the support of Turkish football fans who will be supporting against Bayern. But like you said, Bayern, they don't know away, they don't know home. They want to play tonight. They want to see that how they can up their more points because they are leading the pack there. Do you see Galatasaray being able to turn things around against Bayern Munich?
Okay, it's possible because nobody predicted that they would turn things against Manchester United, and they did. Okay, so the best that they can get from Bayern Munich is a draw, and that would be very dangerous and risky for Manchester United hope of progressing or qualifying in the group stage. Because if they should share points or 1 point, and Manchester United fail to win their match or due to the draw, so that means they're going to be having 1 point in 3 matches. So that shows that automatically they are totally out of the equation to qualify for the next round. So what they'll be battling now is to battle for Europe. That means if they come third, they'll go and play in Europe. So I don't think all is really looking well for Manchester United in Europe this season, but it's not too late for them to pick it up. And how do they want to pick it up? They have the players that have the experience, that have done it before, but the motivation and the morale is just down. I think that has to do with the management of the team. So Erik ten Hag needs to really he needs to take the humble pie, like we normally say here in this country, and look at how to get the result delivered by this player. If it's too hard on them, you have to learn how to use current and stick approach. So you still have a player that they can deliver for you, but they're having dressing room issue. It's either they come out to say it or not. They are having that problem. Most of the players, probably they are trying to, if the players want to sack a coach, they know how to go about it. Let's lose 2, 3, 4, 5 matches consecutively. The next thing is they will call for the head of the coach. So maybe that is what is happening. So Erik ten Hag really needs to really take the humble pie to try as much as possible, see how everybody will work together at a team. Not that they don't have the players. They have the players, take it or leave it, but they don't have a coach that can bring out the best in all these players. But
someone said, even though according to you, they have the players, but this player, do they have that particular winning mentality? It's just like comparing the set of Eagles now to 1994 set. The current Manchester United players compared to the set of 1999, it's kind of a bit different.
Okay, I think these are two different things. Now, Erik ten Hag, he came with a winning mentality from the club he came with. He came from.
That's Ajax.
Ajax. He has won the league before there. Just like what we are seeing in Tottenham right now. Their coach also has won the Scottish League back-to-back. So he came with that winning mentality that I've done it somewhere else, I can do it here also. So that is not a problem. So the problem is how to now transform that winning mentality to the existing team. Now, comparing that with Super Eagles is an insult to the likes of Western Off, Buffalo Joe, or even late Stephen Keshi, to compare them with
the current
Jose Pizarro, who doesn't have any winning, he doesn't have match mentality, talk less of winning mentality. So how can he now transform it into the players? It's like Jose Mourinho, it's like Ancelotti. All these coaches, they have winning mentality because based on their track record, wherever they come to, they will let you know that I've won it all.
So I can win it again.
So I can win it again with you. So that is what is lacking in Manchester United now. So to me, it's not the player. It is the coach. Probably Manchester United is bigger than him. Just like we have Graham Potter, that they thought that, he's a fantastic coach when he was at Brighton. Now, come to Chelsea and transform Chelsea the way you did at Brighton.
And Chelsea became bigger than the man with the...
He even became lower than the man. So that's what I think the problem is.
What a way to go there. Talking about Magic One there, not coming from Graham Potter, but we're talking about Tottenham Hotspur and the rest. Well, this time around, Champions League, Manchester United, they will be facing Copenhagen, while Galatasaray will be out against Bayern Munich. Just in Group A, fixtures there that we're giving you. Let's go to Group B. A lot of matches also be coming up there. But, well, this one will have to be with Lens of France against PSV and the Eindhoven of Netherlands, while Arsenal play against Sevilla. We start with Lens, PSV and the Eindhoven. Well, first of all, let's look at how the table is before we come back to the fixtures. In that Group B, a big one there because we know Arsenal, Sevilla, they have experience, they know what is at stake, but seems shockingly or surprisingly, Lens are topping with 4 points. Followed by Arsenal 3 points, and you have Sevilla with 2 points, and PSV and the Eindhoven perennial coming, always coming to Champions League. They are standing there with just a point. The way the table is now for these matches tonight, Lens, well, you see a big match between Lens and PSV, the top and the last, and then the middle clubs. Now Arsenal against Sevilla. Let's start with Lens, PSV.
The way they are standing is the best way to teach a child how to read 1, 2, 3, because you can see 1, 2, 3
from bottom.
From bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Okay, so I think the battle tonight will be between Arsenal and Sevilla. So why do I say the battle between Arsenal and Sevilla is it's a match that Arsenal really needs to win to give them the comfort, to take them to the comfort zone of them qualifying. If they didn't win tonight's match, it would be difficult. Then also Sevilla they are coming with a wounded heart. The last 6 matches that they've played, they won only 1. So this is an opportunity for them to correct that wrong. Then also Arsenal team that shockingly they lost their last match in Europe to Lens, which made Lens to be topping the group also. Now they want to come back from that defeat. So that means it's going to be an interesting match. To me, PSV and Lens, will be surprised PSV is going to win tonight's match, and that will change
the way the table is standing.
The table is standing also. And if Arsenal and Sevilla should play draw, that means this group will be the toughest group that is going to be till the end of the last whistle before you know who is qualifying and who is not going to qualify. And don't be surprised, Sevilla, they're the king of what? Europa. So probably they are
already targeting.
Don't worry, I don't even want first or second. Let me just remain in third position. But I see Arsenal coming on top tonight.
Well, seeing Arsenal coming on top tonight, those are the matches slated for UEFA Champions League. We just look at Group A and B. We'll see, go back just briefly. Let's talk about our team. The Paris 2024 qualifier will be facing Ethiopia tomorrow. And we earlier had a set of players, but some backed out due to injury or one thing or the other. But right now, they've actually called Exeter Oyinezide. That was the first story we took. We have a new set of players coming to that squad. I think from the way it is, most of these players, if you look at that list, let's go back to that list there. You look at, we're having some home base there, Edo Queens, Bayelsa Queens, making that particular list of Super Falcons that will play the Paris 2024 qualifier. Look at the list again. It seems it kind of balanced. If the way I see it, it looks very balanced.
Yeah, I agree with you. It looks very balanced, and this is not the first time that we are seeing the Super Falcons list that has been balanced for each unit of the field. You see one or two home-based player being represented. Now, if you go to the goalkeeping department, we have a home-based player there. If you go to the defender, we have two home-based players there. If you go to the midfielders, we have one home-based player. If you go to the forward, the attacker or the striker, we have one home-based player. That means we are having 5 home-based players representing the domestic league. Yeah. When was the last time we experienced this with the Super Eagles? That has been the problem we have with the Super Eagles. We are going to leave the Super Eagles issue and address this issue now, okay? So I think it's an opportunity for the domestic league players to really showcase their talent. That is how the likes of Gift, Shibade and Co, that is how they are able to discover themselves. So I think it's a very good one. And our match against the losing lady of Ethiopia, as they are found the call, we don't need to be too much confidence, because if you watch their last match against Chad, they won 10 goals to nil. Home and away, 6-0 and 4-0. So that means scoring, it's not a problem to them. No matter how you look at it, Chad now, did they play football? They play football also. That's why they got to that stage. So we should try as much as possible to win the match away from home. Away from home in the sense that to try as much as possible to defeat them there in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. So by the time they come to MKO Abiola, it'll just be like a walk over for them. And we'll now prepare to meet whoever wins between Uganda and Cameroon before we can say that, oh, we have the ticket to play in Paris. It is not over until it is over. And we should know that we are the perennial winner when it comes to women football in Africa. So we are the team that everybody wants to beat. And you know, it takes more for you to maintain success than for you to maintain failure. If you are successful, everybody wants to beat you. But if you are a failure, whatever happened, they'll say, don't mind him now. It's already there, so there's no issue. So I think it's a match for us to win. Then for the list, a very good, a very perfect one. That is why when you have a succession planning, if one is not playing, it will be an opportunity for another person to come in. You know, when someone's prayer wants to be answered, it can be answered in so many ways. So those that were called in as a replacement, it's like an opportunity for them. So we'll give the coach another opportunity to widen the scope of his selection when it comes to making the final list.
A good one there. Looking at our ladies, they'll be fighting against Ethiopia. They call it the Lucy of Ethiopia. I still don't know how Lucy will defeat Super Falcons. I just expect Super Falcons to put up a performance that is superlative there against that particular team. Hopefully, we expect them to win that game, and they will be returning to Abuja to play next week Tuesday in the second leg of the Paris 2024 Olympic qualifier there. Well, good one for that squad that has been picked for home base and also the foreign-based player. They are right now arriving in Ethiopia for that match that's very crucial on Wednesday. Well, before we go, just at least one word. If you look at Nigeria, someone asked a question that what is really wrong with Nigerian football, especially Super Eagles? Just in a short nutshell, like I said earlier, Super Eagles of '94 of 96. Even 98 that we thought was shambolic, France 98, I'm still sure they are still better than our current Super Eagles. What's happening? What's the problem?
Administration. In summary.
Administration.
We have people at the helms of our faith that they don't even know what football is all about. They thought football is an opportunity for themselves, for them to enrich their pocket, but that's not the football. And the 1994 we are talking about, they didn't start in 1994. It started in 1989. The build up to 1994 started in 1989. So if you want to get it right also, we can start right now. What we need to do, we go to the grassroots. That is what we need to do.
That's how you can get it right here. Just read that poster to Olale Peters, who has been with us in the studio for 360 Sport. It's always very interesting talking sport with him. And right now, we have to call it a day, right? We just have to go now. Olale Peters, thanks for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeni.
That smile is probable. I'm Adeni G Shafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.